Hello again guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're back in P3D V5 for another Mach Loop Time Trial, and this time we'll be in the English Electric Lightning. This particular version of the Lightning that you can see in front of you is the F6. It's developed by Aeroplane Heaven and published by Just Flight. I'm sure I can't be the only one that thinks that the Lightning is a rather awesome piece of machinery. It's basically just two jet engines with a pair of wings strapped to it. It was a Cold War fighter interceptor, but its performance is still pretty legendary to this day. Anyway, we'll talk more about the aircraft in just a moment before putting it through its paces around the Mach Loop. I do hope that you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them down in the comments section below. But now let's get airborne in the English Electric Lightning. As we always do, we'll first discuss a little bit about the aircraft, and then we'll put it around the Mach Loop. So in front of us we have the English Electric Lightning. As I mentioned, this particular variant is the F6, which is an improved longer range variant of the F3 and the final major update to the Lightning. The English Electric Lightning is a British fighter interceptor that served during the 60s, 70s and 80s. Sadly, it was both the first and the last all-British supersonic fighter aircraft, and the Lightning remains the only UK-designed and built fighter aircraft capable of Mach 2. As you can see, one of the more unique features of the Lightning design is its vertical staggered configuration of the two Rolls-Royce Avon turbojets, which sit one on top of another. The two Rolls-Royce Avon afterburning jets gave the aircraft a legendary rate of climb and ceiling. At lighter weights, the aircraft had a greater thrust-to-weight ratio than 1:1, giving it the ability to famously stand on its tail right after takeoff and climb vertically. As I mentioned, the aircraft is capable of speeds up to and including Mach 2, and the service ceiling of the Lightning is believed to be somewhere just below 90,000 feet. So all in all, the aircraft is certainly a formidable one, although it may be lacking in manoeuvrability compared to some of the other aircraft that we put around the Mach Loop. I think it's quite possible that it will make up for this with its sheer amount of power. On a personal note, I've always had a little bit of a fascination with the Lightning. I think that it's fair to say it's a rather awesome piece of machinery, and it's one of those aircraft that both manages to look very beautiful and somewhat ugly at the same time. Anyway, now that we've completed our brief rundown on the English Electric Lightning, let's jump into the cockpit of the aircraft and put it around the Mach Loop. So, we'll start a right bank momentarily to line us up with the valley. And passing over the main road, afterburners on, start the stopwatch. Continue to follow the river down the valley. And you can see just how quickly the Lightning accelerates, just approaching Mach 1 now. There's through Mach 1. Starting a shallow left bank towards the west. Obviously the more shallow that we can take the turn, the less G's we'll be pulling, which means we'll be bleeding off less speed, and of course we're less likely to black out as well. And particularly in the Lightning, this is very important as we need to keep as much speed as we can on the relatively straight sections, as we're going to have to sacrifice a lot of that speed through the turns. So following the A470, pointing straight towards the hill initially, coming off the power, full on the speed brakes, making our left turn around now over Dinas Mouthwee. As you can see, pulling a lot of G. And as soon as we're happy we can make the turn back on the afterburners, building that speed up once again, heading towards Bush, and reversing the turn around to the right. The lack of manoeuvrability from the Lightning really making itself felt there, and reversing the turn back again towards the left, overbanking the aircraft just a little to keep us down at ground level. Coming overhead, the crossfox is in. Continuing to follow the road through the valley, and banking back towards the right now, heading towards Llyn Mingil, reversing the turn slightly, and again back off the afterburners, full on the speed brake, cranking the aircraft round through Corris Corner, again just on the edge of consciousness, having to fly the turn more or less from memory at this point, and easing off the G, straight back on the afterburners, building that speed up once again. Speed down to around Mach 0.6 through the turn there. We should be able to fly the rest of the section on full power. Again, the aircraft accelerating beautifully up through Mach 0.9. Through Mach 1.0 again, so upsetting all the neighbours down below us. And just approaching the edge of the run now, so banking hard to the right to come over the main road. Over the road, off the afterburners, stop the stopwatch. And that was our run. Overall, pretty happy with that. I don't think there was too much room for improvement. As we predicted, the Lightning not so strong in terms of manoeuvrability and in the turns, but certainly powering its way down any of the relatively straight sections of the run. So the Lightning managed to absolutely smash its way around the Mach Loop in a time of 2 minutes 14.36 seconds, therefore removing the F-14D Tomcat from the top of the leaderboard. As I mentioned during the aircraft rundown, the Lightning certainly not as manoeuvrable as either the Tomcat or the Tornado, but the Lightning's extremely high thrust-to-weight ratio, giving the aircraft immense acceleration capabilities and a very high-end top speed as well. In essence, any areas of the run where we had to lose some speed to allow the aircraft to make it around the turn, we then gained back very quickly with the aircraft's massive acceleration. I have to say that I really enjoyed taking the Lightning around the Mach Loop. It's a pretty awesome piece of machinery. I do hope that you guys enjoyed the video as well. If you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. If you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them down in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And once again, if you have any aircraft that you would like to see put around the Mach Loop, please leave those down in the comments section for me as well. As always, thank you very much and I'll see you all again soon.